Hi everybody, welcome to the video surprise of the day. Today's video surprise is on my Lexus NX. Can run flat tires be repaired? So I encountered a flat on my run flat tire and I'll share my experience. Before we get started, please remember to hit the subscribe button, the bell icon to be notified new videos. And if you like the video till the end, please help me out with a thumbs up. Okay, welcome to another session. Alright, so I have my 2024 Lexus NX here. And I use it for my daily commuting and also sometimes on the weekend as well too. So these have the 20-inch wheels here. Yes, these are the Bridgestone run flat tires. Yes. And I'm going to tell you my experience with it. And I'm just a messenger, so don't smack me on the thing if you don't like the tires. Just leave a comment. 235/50 R20s. So these came as standard equipment from Lexus, which is Toyota by the way, and Lenza. So, and these one flat tires are, installed from the factory. There's a little blemish on my wheel over here. I'm gonna have to clean that. But the overall, I encountered a flat. Yes, a flat on one of these. Unfortunately, I ran over a screw on the road while I was heading home one day, and I didn't see it. So basically, I woke up, then I found the tire was flat. It wasn't flat when I was driving it, so it just became flat. So I decided this. I'm going to share my experience and also some of the information that I researched online and how I got repaired in my case. Not always repairable in all cases as well too. So nice Lexus logo over here. I just want to show that. And it was on this tire. This is the left back tire where it had the screw and it penetrated the treadwear area, the inner treadwear area. And I'll show a picture of that. Unfortunately, I didn't capture the flat tire symbol, what we call that, the amber light, low tire pressure light, or the flat tire in the video. I found out afterwards, but but the tires are salvageable. I had probably around 150 miles on the tires, and yes, I did consult a number of people, including the tire specialist at Discount Tires. So a little bit about these tires. These are Lenza run flat tires. Run flat tires have a thicker sidewall, and you can run without air in the event that you have a flat. So I don't have a spare tire on the NX. It doesn't come with spare tire. So it has the one flat. Yes, I do carry air inflator. I have that. It's about $100 or so for the air inflator. And you can find those probably on Amazon. I have another link. I did air inflator, but I'll throw that in at the end of the video if you're interested. So looking here in the video, you can see the tire is back to normal. But it wasn't like that before. A few weeks ago, last month, yes, it was a different story. So fortunately, I didn't really have to drive the vehicle with no air in the tire. So it was pretty much salvageable. You could save the tire if it wasn't damaged. And of course, that depends on the brand of one flat tires. So, like Pirelli, for example, you cannot replace it. They don't recommend replacing it. That's their policy, all right? And sometimes when you replace a one flat tire, the warranty or the speed rating and all those may change. And if you have an all-wheel drive, like in my case, if you were to change, one tire, that in the all-wheel drive, you have to change all four actually. In fact, so that's the gotcha with one flat tire. Yes, can you even change these to, say, conventional tires? Yes, you can. The vehicle is probably more adaptive manufactured to one flat tires. Its suspension may be tweaked for that in this case, thicker sidewalls and such as that. So the vehicle will perform differently if you were to go, say, conventional tire. So my Bridgestone and Lenza all season is about $350. Sometimes there's sales in this. You can see this one from Tire Rack. There's actually a sale going on. But if you need to change all four, it's about $13.74. I'm not an advocate for run flat tires or a big pro against it because you definitely could drive the vehicle if you have a flat for 50 to 100 miles if the flat is not on the sidewall. So that's something to note with one flat tires. Yes, one flat tires could be more noisy, and it just doesn't, feel that great as compared to conventional tires that are not one flat. So that's something to note. I'm going to show you right now where my flat was. In my case, you can see over here, they plugged it. So they didn't patch it, they just plugged it, and that was a discount tire. They did an excellent job. I've been driving this for a few weeks, make sure it doesn't leak before I make this video. And you can see the wheel looks great. The tire looks great as well too. I also made a little smaller video we're going to play right now. An article from TireCrunch.com, and the subject is one flat tires, tire patching. Can you patch a one flat tire? What tire makers say. So that's the important thing. And it's dated last year, so it's fairly recent, March 22nd, 2023. And I'll put a link in the description if you check it out. You want some more info on this, and you can probably read up on it. I'm going to cover some parts, and because this is a big article. This is probably my third recording on this, so it's the first ones didn't really come out on the audio. All right, first of all, there's a lot of confusion for one flat tires. A lot of different, people say, oh, you can't patch it. Oh yes, you got a flat tire, you got to dump the whole tire and get a new one. And I kind of believed that in the beginning. I'm kind of like, well, I don't really think I went with flat tires, but the vehicle came with it. Is that a showstopper? Not really. I mean, you can find ways around it pretty much, right? Key takeaways from this article, and I'm just going to read the summary on this as well. One flat tires can be patched. However, it's important to consider the manufacturer's advice and guidelines, especially if you drive with a puncture tire. Different tire manufacturers have different policies regarding the repair and replacement of one flat tires. Tire brands like Dunlop and Bridgestone are advising inspecting the tire's inner liner to determine if it's safe to repair. If the inner liner has not been damaged, patching is perfectly fine. On the other hand, it's contradiction, I guess. Pirelli does not recommend repairing one flat tires as it is difficult to determine the extent of damage caused by driving with a flat tire. Thus, it is better to replace the tire. Patching a one flat tire is more advisable than plugging it, as it provides more security and safety, ensuring that the wheel passes inspection. Personally, my vehicle was plugged. They didn't do the patching. I haven't experienced anybody, even the other tire places when I had a flat, that they really patch it. They mostly plug it, and that probably is the easier way to do it from the tire shop. Maybe not be the best way. So but the thing works. Okay. Can you patch a one flat tire? Of course, like I mentioned earlier, it depends on the manufacturer. So I'm going to skip ahead. In our case, we have an NX. And, these are my opinion only. So yours may differ in your findings and your situation, because I can't see your vehicle if you have a flat, especially on the one flat. So you have to get it inspected by a tire specialist or a mechanic or, technician. So Bridgestone, the statement is, according to Bridgestone, repairing a one flat tire is similar to any other repair with some added considerations like inspecting the inner liner of the tire for signs of creasing, cracking, or rubber crumb dust deposits. If these are present, it could mean that the tire has been running at very low or zero pressure for a long time and therefore should not be repaired. However, if there is no evidence of this sort of damage, it should be safe to move forward with the repair. So that's a good thing to know. And one thing about the NX in particular, it has these one flats. It's a all-wheel drive vehicle. So if you're, say you got 1,000 miles on these, you got a screw or nail in one of them, and it's repairable. Yeah, if it's repairable, you can do that. But if you can't just replace one. You got to replace all 4 tires. something to note. There was a lot of discussion on this, but you check the owner's manual. They talk more about it. If you don't own the vehicle yet, you could check the owner's manual and determine if these are drawbacks before you purchase the vehicle. So like if you have Continental, they do not advise repairing the self-supporting run flat tires, as hard inserts within the sidewalls of the tires can be damaged if they run on while underinflated. So it means no air, and it's pretty consistent. If you got no air, you're running this for a while, the sidewalls can be damaged because the sidewalls are holding the weight of the vehicle. So that's very understandable. And run flat, you probably could run like 50 miles to 100 miles on them, maybe at decreased speeds. And this article actually talks about that. So Dangdang and Goodyear and mentions self-supporting tires may be repaired by a certified tire specialist following an extensive inspection of the tire's health. In case of uncertainty, the tire should not be fixed. Goodyear or Dunlop will not support repairs if tires have been driven at low or zero pressure over long distance or at high speeds. That could be recognized through driver feedback or a worn appearance on the external shoulder upper sidewall of the tire. So those are one of the key points. The other ones, repairs that are done outside of the tread area. In my case, it's in the tread area. Damaged sidewall, definitely, I think goes for most conventional tire sidewall damage, you're not going to repair it. Run flat tires has damage that would render a standard tire irreparable. All right, Hanuk run flat tires, if only if certain conditions are met, improper repair can be dangerous and will void the limited warranty. Run flat tires cannot be repaired in any of the following situations: evidence of operation with an inflation pressure lower than 15 psi, evidence of abrasion or other damage to the external tread, sidewall, or bead area, abrasion, wrinkling, or separation on the run flat interior, any condition or damage that would disqualify a conventional tire from repair. All right, I'm going to read two more. Michelin Zero Pressure, the ZP, tires can be repaired only once by a specific tire specialist who adhere to the standard procedures for inspecting, preparing, and repairing regular tires. Pirelli, do not repair. That's pretty much what they say. Do not repair. They say replace. Okay, and it talks about plug or patching. Of course, patching is probably best. But I think most places I've seen, at least from tire shops, you just plug it. It's been working well. Yes, it could also at the same time reduce the speed after repair of the run flat tire. So keep that in mind. And some of them may, the warranty may be impacted. The price is probably around like $75 to $130, depending who you go with. And make sure that you go to a shop that specializes in that. And you talk about continuing journey if you have a flat tire. So like I mentioned, about 50 miles without needing a spare. NX does not have a spare. Let's want to repeat that. There's no spare tire. There's no room to put a spare tire. Yes, you could buy a spare from modernspare.com. All right, they're independent of the automakers. You could buy one. You could flow it back in the cargo area, but on the NX, it won't fit under the cargo area because there's actually a 12-volt battery under there. And you probably saw the video before I did. So that's something to note if you're looking at, buying this vehicle, the NX, for example. And there's a lot of discussion. And I just want to mention this. Please don't send me any hate mail or anything bad because that doesn't really help. If you're not happy with run flat tire, just put in the comments. I would say I'm neutral on them. Not too happy, not too bad. I like conventional tire. I don't like run flat myself. But, the vehicle came with run flat tire and the vehicle's the right size and everything else is great. It just the tires was the Achilles heel, maybe in this case, right? Anyway, hope you liked the video surprise today. I really appreciate a thumbs up. Comment to share, please leave it below. Or experiences you experienced. I'd like to hear about it with flat tires or even regular tires, conventional tires, right? It's not regular tires, conventional tires. And please remember to subscribe. See you next time. Have a good one. Bye.